Hey guys, so I kind of wanted to talk about the Walking Dead season finale. Before I get into this, I just want to say that I'm going to be doing major spoilers, so whoever hasn't seen the episode of Last Day on Earth, don't continue, turn away now. So I started watching Walking Dead probably a month ago, and I went from season 1 up until mid-season 6, and I didn't stop at all, I just went right through it. So I kind of went through it without having to wait those 6 months for the new season to start or for a reveal of a death or anything like that. So I went into Walking Dead just full blast, let's do this. This season finale ends on a cliffhanger. And I'm going to say right now, I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that at all. I do wish that they would have killed someone instead of just like giving us the cliffhanger. I would have preferred that, but I don't actually mind the cliffhanger. I went into it expecting this cliffhanger because I did a lot of research beforehand on who they might kill and all that fun stuff, and a lot of people were saying, well, they're probably going to end it on a cliffhanger, and there was a rumor that came out that they were going to, and I thought, knowing Walking Dead, they're probably going to do that. So I went into this episode figuring, you know what, I'm not going to get my hopes up that they're going to kill someone. I'm just going to, let it play out, and it turned out that it was a cliffhanger. So I wasn't, super disappointed about it. Like I said, I would have preferred a death on screen when Negan Lucille's one of the characters, but I guess we'll have to wait until season 7 to actually know who he kills. Now, let me get into that. I'm going to flat out say that it is Glenn who dies. I honestly think it's him. I can't see anyone else getting the bat. Why? Because I rewatched the episode a few times, and during the whole episode we see this POV, and at first I thought, oh my god, it's Daryl's POV. After watching it a few times, I realized that it's not Daryl's POV, it's actually either Glenn or Michonne's POV. I think it's more Glenn's POV than it is Michonne, because we do see Daryl's head in that POV shot, and the only other time in this episode that we see a POV is when Negan kills the person. So that's one reason why I think it is Glenn. There's just a slight possibility it could be Michonne, but knowing what happens in the comics where Negan doesn't kill women or children, and I heard that he doesn't hurt people who are injured, knowing that, I think he might maybe stick to his morals in this. They haven't said anything about it, but I figure they're probably going to cross that over into the series. So knowing that, I doubt it'll be Michonne. For me, there might be a sliver of a chance, but I'm 100% sure it's Glenn. Another reason why I think it's Glenn is because back in previous episodes, there was the time when Maggie was wiping off Glenn's name on the wall and stuff, and then later on someone leaves and you still see Glenn's name written on the wall. So to me, that's a little bit of foreshadowing there, it could be Glenn still. It kind of sucks because they already killed him in this season, and I kind of wish they wouldn't have, but I can't see anyone else getting Lucille. So I do think it is Glenn that gets the bat. The two people that would make sense to get the bat would be Glenn or Daryl. I hoped it wasn't Daryl because I'm a big Daryl fan. But now I'm almost certain it's not Daryl, just because of the way it was done, because of the way they shot it. I do think it's Glenn. If anyone else gets batted, I think it would be very underwhelming, and it wouldn't be a good payoff for waiting the 7 months for the season premiere to find out who gets the bat, right? So I don't think anyone else would be as satisfying as Glenn or Daryl. And Glenn hurts more people if he dies. If Glenn dies, it hurts Daryl because Daryl's mainly the reason why he's out there in the first place when Glenn went to find him. And then Glenn also has a baby on the way. He has a wife. it would just hurt more people than anyone else getting batted. So yeah, that's what I thought of the episode. Also, I am the biggest Carol fan. She is my favorite character in the show. She was my favorite character since the beginning. Yes, even in season 1 when she was a nobody. There's just something about Carol that is amazing. And if you watch her whole story arc from like beginning to end, like I basically did from season 1 to 6, her character arc is the most evolved throughout the show. On Carol, in the season finale episode, I was really scared for her because I was like, oh my god, what if she dies? Because of the savior who goes and shoots her in the arm and then the leg, and I was like, oh my god, like I really didn't want that to happen. I was like, Carol, no. But yeah, I was so glad that Morgan came in and actually decided to kill someone. I was really glad that, Morgan stepped in and actually saved Carol, and then we find out that these other people from the kingdom, for those of you who know where the comics are going, they come and ask if they need help and stuff. So that's like Carol and Morgan kind of lead into the kingdom storyline from the comics. And I don't read the comics, but I do research the comics, and I have friends who read the comics, and they kind of let me know what's going on. I might read the comics someday, I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited to see where the kingdom's going and all that stuff. But I find it interesting how Carol and Morgan have influenced each other. Like when Morgan basically influenced Carol to think about what she's been doing and like all the killing she's done. And then for Carol to say, sometimes you have to kill for the ones you love, sometimes you can't, and all that, and it kind of changes Morgan in a way. So I find that relationship interesting, and I'm really interested to see where that goes, because I think Carol and Morgan will probably become closer friends because of all this that's been happening. The episode in a whole, for me, was great. I really enjoyed it. For some people, it might have been long. I hear that some people would have preferred just an hour-long episode, and yeah, it could have been cut to an hour long, but for me, I kind of like that build-up. I found it was so cool to have the saviors just pile up more and more and more and just kind of trick them into going certain directions and all that. When Eugene and Abraham had their little moment, and the music in that was even pushed it even more, I found that scene very touching. It's like Eugene kind of comes into this new character where he's more confident about himself, and he can take charge. I found that was like a really moving scene. Let's talk about Negan for a second. Negan is such a badass. When he came out, I felt weird. Like I felt like I shouldn't be watching because he's addressing this group and punishing them for what they've done, for killing all his men, and I felt as if I was in the group. I felt like I was there watching, this go down, and the whole time he was talking and stuff, I felt this weird sensation. I don't know if anyone else felt that, but yeah, I just felt like I was in the line with everyone else, and I shouldn't have been. But yeah, Negan is such a badass, and I'm scared to see what he's going to do later on, and I'm excited and just nervous. I can't wait for season 7. Even though we're gonna have to wait 7 months to find out who dies, I'm still excited. Let me know what you guys thought of the season 6 finale in the comments below, and what you guys are anticipating in the next season. For me, season 6 was a great season in all. I genuinely loved it. So I will see you guys next time.